Hello and welcome to Home Cooking Spain. Today I'm going to be cooking a budget-friendly one-pan sausages, chickpeas and rice. So let's begin. Okay, let's start off by, yes, I am cooking in my dressing gown. Well, it's cold and windy outdoors, so as I don't have to go out anywhere, why get dressed? No? Saves on the washing also, doesn't it? Right, so I decided to do this recipe today because, to be honest, it's funny because the more food you have at home, the less ideas I get sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Okay, don't you just love that noise? Right, let's cut this garlic up. By the way, well, this is not for the subscribers, it's more for the businesses. I thought I'd have a cheeky comment. If you're a business, and like that for example, and you want your product displayed there, well, get in touch with me. Emails is in my channel somewhere, in the About Me at the end, should be. Or you can even have it laser engraved, your company name. So get in touch. Cheers. Alright, so this is done. Let's put it on the plate. And next, sausages. Well, this is a budget meal. Haven't done one of these in a while. These sausages, it's a pack of 2, and they cost €3.11 for both. So I thought I'd make this budget recipe using 6 and keeping it at about €5. It should be, well, it's for 2 starving people, very hungry people, because it's got rice and the chickpeas and they're quite filling. So you'd probably get, you could even stretch it to 4, I would imagine. And as I love my leftovers, well, you know that I put more in it. If you don't have fresh sausages, you can also use the hot dog sausages. I'll leave a link in the description to my other 2 budget recipes that I have. Maybe at the time of this video there's even more, I don't know. And they're very easy to do, using basic ingredients, and very cheap, ideal for the end of the month, if you know what I mean. Right, these, I could either leave them whole or I could cut them up. I'm going to cut them up in 3. That way it's easier to, you know, to move about when you're frying them in the pan. Oops, messed that one up a bit, didn't I? Doesn't matter. Oh, my knife is loving this, isn't it? And the board is crying out. But hey, that's what you're for, isn't it? Okay. You know what? The good thing about these boards is that you just, you know, you can give them a wipe and do the next chopping up. Though I do spray it. I give it a spray with some soap. And Bob's your uncle. Okay, so here we have the garlic. If you don't have garlic, you can use onion, or you can use both. So, first of all, cheers to all my loyal subscribers. I love receiving your comments, and I like answering them too. So cheers, and let's move on. Well, so I've got my pan here, my splash proof thingy bob, don't know what you call it. So I'm going to turn the heat on. This pan wobbles a bit. I think it's been used quite a bit. Nice and clean though, isn't it? That's thanks to my darling wife. Cheers. Gracias. So let's turn, I'm going to turn up to number 7, because I'm going to cook everything on number 7 really. It's my favourite position. And I'm going to add some olive oil. Don't worry, I've got a new one here. €8 bloody it cost this time. Keeps going up and up. So I'll put that in there. Try and get every drop out. I'll do that later. It's amazing what you get out if you leave it like that. And I'll wait for that to heat up. It's a pity you can't put water inside it and give it a shake like I do with my fried tomato, isn't it? That would be a nightmare, wouldn't it? It'd be a disaster. Well, so once the oil is slightly heated up, and yes, I've been holding this all the time, and that too, I'll chuck in the sausages, salchichas, and garlic, y ajo, salchichas y ajo. That's in Spanish, by the way. And I'll just gently fry that up until the sausages are, you know, slightly brown, sort of. You know what I mean. Alright, so let's give this a move about. It's nearly done. I don't want it burnt off or anything. And while I do that, while I wait for that, I mean, I'm going to drain these off and give them a slight wash. Right, so now I'm going to add one of these stock cubes. It can either be meat, vegetable, chicken. Just crumble it in if you can. Whoa, that's splashing a bit. I'm not using the meat one. The meat ones that I've got this time, they're really soft. So I've got to either slice them up or just chuck it in pieces. Also, of course, to give it that nice colour, I'm going to add some, no, wrong side, some paprika. A nice teaspoon of it. And you've got to be quick because we don't want this to burn, the paprika. I'll add the 3 tablespoons roughly of the fried tomato sauce. And to dissolve that up, I'll add a half a glass of water, more or less, from the half a litre that we're going to be using roughly, and we'll give it a mix about and leave it on there for about, as the water's cold, it's on number 7 all the way, we'll leave it there for 5 minutes. Right, this has been on here for roughly 5 minutes and it's smelling really good. That paprika, oh, with the garlic, awesome. So it's interaction time. Leave a comment if you would like to eat this as it is over a bed of chips or boiled potatoes. Comment below. So what I'm going to do is right, I'm going to add the rice, just sprinkle it on there like as if it was a paella. And I'll give it a move about so the rice soaks into that juice. And I'm just going to cover it up and leave it there for a couple of minutes. Okay, it's been on here about 3 minutes and it's had enough. So what I'll do is chuck in the water. You know what, I'm going to add a bit more because I used some earlier on and it was needed. Did I just say it was needed? I don't know, can't remember. Well, that's the equivalent of the half a glass, more or less, that I used earlier on. So let's move this about. Oh, I nearly forgot. Luckily I've got it here. I'm going to give it some... No. I'll wait for the salt because I don't know how much that stock cube, how salty it is. So I'll leave it on there for about 15 minutes. I'll put a timer on my oven just in case to warn me, because I'll forget. And I'll be back. 15 minutes have gone by. Let's turn this timer off. That's it. Oh yeah, flip-flops included. With socks, of course. It's a British thing, isn't it? Right, so... let's have a salt check. I'm going to sprinkle in some salt. You could eat it like that, but we like our food slightly salty, you know. Well, what I'll do next is I'll chuck in the chickpeas. Move it about. And obviously the chickpeas being cold, it slows the cooking process down, which doesn't matter because I'm going to cover it back up and leave it for another 15 minutes. So in total it'll be half an hour cooking time. I'll be back. Okay then, this was quicker than I thought. It's been 5 minutes since I put the chickpeas in and it's all done. The thing is, I don't want all the juice to evaporate. So let's turn the engine off. Oh my god. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. As you can see, there's still juice in there. But that's the idea. Because once you turn it off and cover it back up, and then, whoa, stop shaking, leave it to one side for about 5 minutes, the juice would have gone down because the rice really loves sucking that juice. So I'll be back in 5 minutes, and I don't know if I'll dish it up or not. But first of all, God, this is horrible. Let's clean this up a bit. Because I can't stand the drops of oil and stuff on it. Okay, so I'll be back in 5 minutes roughly, and I'm going to have a glass of wine and I'll think about if I'm going to dish it out or not. Well, I've decided to leave it in the pan, but I'm going to go and push it up a bit. I'm going to grab a bit of parsley from my garden. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And let's chop it up. Well, first I'm going to wash it, obviously. So let's chop it up. See what I mean? You put an ad placement on there and you get a bonus. This parsley smells gorgeous. Oh. Okay, so let's chuck this into the budget meal. Okay then, let's chuck in some parsley. Whee, yes. And there you go. A €5 meal turned into a €20 meal just by shoving in some parsley. Well, I hope that you enjoyed today's recipe video. Thank you for watching. Give me a like if you think I deserved it. Give me an unlike if you prefer. Subscribe if you like my content. And I look forward to creating my next recipe for you. Thank you very much, and goodbye.